Hello, visitors. Welcome to Hawthorne House. Today is Friday the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th. Like leaning ladders and dark water lakes, Friday the 13th is a liminal space, and I was not aware that today was Friday the 13th until about 5 minutes before I sat down to do this recording, where I was watching another video by one of my favorite readers, although I cannot remember the name of her channel at the moment. If I remember it, I'll definitely post it down below, though, because I love her. Her name's Cindy. You guys might know her. If you remember the name of her channel, somebody remind me. Where she did an unboxing, and then it was a live stream, and she did a little energy check-in for all the signs, right? And I was like, oh, that's cool, so I'm going to watch it. So I'm sitting there watching it, and I happened to glance down at the clock, because she had just said something really interesting, and I paused the video. I was, like, thinking on it, and I happened to glance down at the clock on my laptop, which obviously has the date and time there. And I was like, oh, it's the 13th. That's cool, because the full moon, when I'm going, because I was already planning on doing a reading today. I was planning on doing a reading in like preparation almost for the full moon coming up on Monday. It'll be like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I think, are the 3 days of the full moon. We count 3 days of the full and new moon here at Hawthorne House. But I was sitting there and I was like, oh, it's the 13th. That's really interesting. And then I was like, wait, isn't today Friday? And for some reason, my brain did not connect that, oh, Friday and the 13th, it's Friday the 13th. And I was like, well, no wonder the energy today has been so, like, crazy. You can see my hands are moving everywhere. They just want to move. They need to shuffle. They need to shuffle something, I'm hearing. What do we want to shuffle? What is it? I don't even know what I'm doing today. I have no idea what we're doing today. They just want me to shuffle something. Well, okay, but all right. Okay. No, all right. They are asking, mischievous energies, of course. They're asking for, they're asking for the Heart of Fairy Oracle. This one here, we've got the Queen of Owls at the bottom, as if you're watching this, I know, and it's a 6 too. Not a 2, but if you're watching this, owls are my sister, she knows. Owls are all over the place lately, guys. I don't know if you guys have been seeing owls, but there's some wisdom being dispensed. We are being asked to pay attention, but it's like, it's like coming in fast, and it's so, I feel like it's going to be something out of left field. Why does that feel, I don't know. It's just owls and all over the place. In all the readings that I've gotten lately, there's been owls, and the readings I've been giving too. All right. Why are you still at the bottom? It's fine. We're going to shuffle you the other way too, but if you're going to be like that. All right. What are we doing today? I don't know, so I'm going to ask, because I feel like maybe they'll tell me if I pay attention to what they are trying to say. Everybody's so loud. It must be Grandmother Owl's doing. She has to have something to do with it. She's very wise. Grandmother Owl, medicine woman at the Hawthorne House. Which may not be that's what she called herself. Like, I don't know what else to call her. She's just Grandmother Owl, or Lowenna Grabs. All right. Tell me what you want us to hear. Okay. Well, let's start with that, because that flying out is so exactly what I would think it is. The Lady of Leprechauns is the seer card in this. It can be a very lucky card, but it's also a very mischievous energy. A little bit of Loki vibes. It's very much the energy of, if I remember right, in the book specifically, the mask allows you to see the truth of what is hidden but you can only see that truth. They're very tricksy gifts. It's a gift of the fairy queen, but it's very mischievous energy. It's, everything comes at a price. Wisdom at a price. Wisdom, knowledge, seeing the truth. The truth comes at a price, but why? Are we looking for the truth today? My last collective reading was about that energy, about something coming to the forefront. So let's see. We've got, and then the two that came out after that were In Two Minds, okay, and the Fairy of Youth, okay. Heavy Gemini energy from that. But it's definitely could even be, I'm feeling Libra energy, but not like that as the zodiac sign. They're just stuck in my mind as zodiac signs. But what I'm feeling is that sitting between two, because it's in two minds, it's like holding two ideas in your mind at the same time. There's like dissonant, but it's not dissonant. It's cognitive dissonance. You're holding two beliefs in your mind at the same time, but it's not creating dissonance. That's not the sound that I'm hearing. I'm hearing almost a harmonious fork tuning. You hit the fork and it just resonates, or a crystal bowl almost in a circle, counterclockwise. Why counterclockwise? Of two minds, going backwards, maybe going back in time. The Fairy of Youth, turning back the clock. This could be reviving the inner child, seeing the truth that the inner child, or that the child knew. We see things differently when we're young. We have a more open, expansive mind. I feel like we can take in more information and see from different perspectives that our adult minds kind of close off after a while if you don't practice to keep them open. I feel like for the collective as a whole, though, that mind is almost expanding rapidly. It's like opening up to possibility, to the turning of the clock. Why are we going back? Going back to move forward? Interesting. We've got the boy, the hidden one, and the pan. Oh, there's a glare. The boy, the hidden one, and the pan here. Peter Pan, the lost boys. That's youthful energy. That's excitement. I like that I find it interesting that the Fairy of Youth and the boy both came out here along with Pan. It's like eternal youth. I'm hearing eternal youth. The hidden one is giving me more energy about shyness, about concealing oneself protectively, staying in one's shell. Maybe it's time to come out of that shell. There's someone watching the boy, too. There are a lot of eyes. There are a lot of eyes on the two minds. See that in the background, the old woman? It reminds me of Grandmother Owl. First time I ever saw Grandmother Owl, she was at this massive tree. It was like, was that with her? It must have been, where I needed help and to hide, and she wrapped me up in this netting, almost this web, and like put me in a tree to hide me. I think we've all been hiding. kept safe, protected, somebody watching over us, each of us. Because I know friends of mine and the rest of the family, they all have their sort of, their guardians that watch over them. I really was going to break this down by zodiac when I first sat down to do this. I was going to do it by each of your zodiacs for maybe the full moon, but I'm not sure I should do that now. Because this very much felt like a collective message. Why eternal youth? Why turning back the clock? Maybe it's different for each of us. I've been really focused on the Doors to Destiny reading that's coming up for the full moon, and it'll be a pick a card, I think. But it's very much... I'm not sure how it's going to go because it's going to be a very experimental reading. I've never done this reading for someone else. It's always been in the development stage, and I never had the confidence to like use that particular one because it can be such a heavy reading. And I wonder if I'm like rushing it to completion, you know? But this felt like the moment, this felt like the way to do that reading, even though it's going to be collective. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it yet. Ooh. That's interesting. I just kind of heard how to. A different way of doing it because the way that you do it for an individual it's very personalized, but you can't really do that for a collective reading. But no, yeah, that makes sense. Sorry. They're very talkative. I'm working through some stuff while also doing this reading. So you can look forward to that if you come and join us for the full moon reading. We'll see how that works. So for this reading, though, for the rest of this reading, I'm just going to leave it up to them, I think. I'm going to let them tell me what to do, because if I start on your zodiacs now, I won't be able to, I want to get through all of them, you know, I want everyone to be included. And that feels sort of like what I'm being told to do since I'm not doing a zodiac reading for the full moon. It's almost like there'll be a clue. It's always in clues with this. It's not always. Sometimes I get very straightforward information for myself, but usually I get very straightforward information for other people, and then for me it's kind of like, well, we're just gonna throw you in and you're gonna figure it out as you go. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Anyway, I think that there will be a clue in it's going to be a short reading that will maybe help direct you to the door that you need to choose it's another key message, it feels like. We're going to start with Aries. For the pick a card, for the full moon, which should be interesting, because now that I've kind of got an idea of what it's trying to make me do, or what I'm being inspired to do, I guess, it makes sense. So we're going to try to keep these as like short and simple as possible, but that's never how this goes, so we're just going to roll with it. Starting with you, Aries. What do you want? What are we feeling for Aries? For some reason, I'm just focused on the Shadowscapes deck. So I'm going to pick it. Even though, like, it's very... This almost gives me off, like, airy water energy, right? It's universal, I guess. I guess it's universal. All right, you're fine. Fine, you're right. Well, you made me drop a card. Hold on. I'm going to see what it is. It's the Fool. The Fool's the card that fell out. We're going to, here, get a good look at it with the foxes. That makes sense. Foxes come up quite a bit lately. I'm not going to leave it out because it might come out later. So I'm just going to pop it back in there. And we're going to focus. What is the key, the clue for Aries reading for their door? What key does Aries have? What key does Aries have that they need to use? We all have many keys. Some of us only one, some of us almost all, but some of us more than that. Depends on what we're unlocking, I suppose. I keep keys all over the place, you see. All right. What is the key? What key is Aries using to unlock the door for the full moon? Oh, no, don't fall out. All right, here we go. Ooh, okay. You have a lot to say for Aries. Is that Judgment? It is. Okay. What's down here? Ooh, Page of Pentacles. And the 10 of Wands. I picked it up reverse and then like almost couldn't get my brain to turn it, turn it right side around. So I might leave it as reverse, which is interesting, since I usually turn them all upright. Let's see. Let's look at it upright, because it's the 10 of Wands. It's carrying the burden. I'm going to flip it also, though, and I want to see if it'll focus in. There's something very different about the energy with this flipped. It almost feels more, obviously more freeing with the 10 of Wands. It's like you're not... But it's growing outward. It's like... It's like an underground... I'm getting just this underground city, this underground utopia almost. The lights and a guardian kind of protecting it. So Aries, you could be the guardian. You could be the protector here. The one who watches over, the one who sustains almost, I feel like. Because I'm getting this sense that it's like you're taking, like the smog, right? There's like purple down here at the bottom. It's like you're taking that dark energy and you're pulling it up and you're cleaning it. Like a tree pulls up nutrients from the ground to feed from the roots to the leaves, right? But in this case, it feels like the reverse of that. Not the reverse, but it feels like, because it's reversed, it's something about this growing to the roots. It's pulling from the air into the roots, maybe. I don't know why that was significant. I'm not even sure why that came to mind, because it's a weird story to tell, but that's just how this works sometimes. And then you've got Judgment here. The Herald. Follow the butterflies. The butterfly holds the key. You also have an owl in this Page of Pentacles by the, what is she sitting on? Is it a dragon? It is. Never noticed that before. The owl and then dragon. Judgment and the Page. I mean, you are the first sign in the zodiac, Aries, the first sign. I almost feel like you're opening the way, like you've been guarding it, right? Now the way is open. It's giving me very much first and last, though. First one to arrive, last one to leave. No, that's not quite right. It's almost like being the first and last to come and go. I don't know why that's standing out. So your clues here, aside from what other ones you pick up, I'm very much heavily resonating with the roots, the butterflies, and the owl here. So that could give you a clue on which door to choose for the upcoming reading. I know this is weird, like but there are other messages in here. It's just I can't remember what I just said to you, really. If I'm being honest, it was just sort of a blur of information. I don't even know if any of it made sense, so I hope that it did. But I did want to give like some actual, also visual clues maybe, or, you know, something of that nature. I don't know if any of this will show up in the pick a card, but I feel like you have been guarding the gate and now you're opening it. I don't know why I'm getting that energy, but it just feels like you've been waiting a very, very long time to open the gate and let not just yourself but others through. This is like it's like you're holding the door open. You're holding the door open so that the others can go through. All right. I don't know. I honestly don't know if you'll find any of that information important or relevant to you, but I do hope that you do, Aries, and I appreciate you coming to hang out today on this very random Friday the 13th reading. I feel like I need to give you one more thing before you go. I think I'm going to use the Lenormand deck for you. Something about the rose. This could just be a final message, or it could have to do with the upcoming reading. It could just have to do with your energy. I don't know. I just feel like I need to pull something else for you. Okay, well, that flipped over and then flipped back over, but I am going to take it. Oh, there we go. The moon. Okay, yes. Fine. The moon, the crossroads, and the stork. Holy shit. Alright, the moon. Inspiration, illumination, seeing the unseen. On a crossroads, 22, you have a choice. And this is also making plans for the future. Deciding which way to go. Deciding when to go. Your path will be clear, though. Your path is going to be illuminated by the moon. Not the other way. Well, maybe it is the other way around. Maybe the moon is illuminated by your path. Why am I hearing that? That's confusing. You've also got the stork here, though, which is like big news. Big celebratory worthy news. Could be like birth, or a pregnancy, things like that. But I'm just getting, I'm very heavily getting that the moon will light the way so you can choose the right path, and a message coming through is going to help make that decision easier. This way, the other way. This way, that way, the other way. Those are what's written on the signs. So actually, even though it's a crossroads, it seems you have 3 paths. One by moonlight. I'm getting one by letter. And one by recommendation. Which I'm not sure I understand why those words specifically, but that's for you, Aries. Thank you for coming. I hope that was interesting and fun. I'm having a good time, so we are going to try and go to our next zodiac sign. This is for you, Taurus. As soon as I clean this up, I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm not necessarily gonna cut things out. No need for jumping. Oh, I almost put that in backwards. Let's not do that. I put the cards in random spots when I put them back in the deck, so that when it comes to shuffling time, they're already kind of mixed up. All right, Aries, that's good for you. And now we shall move on to Taurus. I just realized the Of Two Minds card could also mean that we are all making a choice here, it feels like. All right, Taurus, babes, this is for you. Let's see, what deck do they want us to use for you specifically? Because I don't know if they're going to be the same or different. What is it? I'm getting like a staticky, a friction, kind of a... It's a certain feel. Is it, it's this. Okay. Oh, wait. It might be that. So that means it's this one. You get the, Wild Unknown? Tarot? Taurus? I don't know why. A little bit darker side. Maybe you are sitting on the darker side of the moon. Taurus, your illumination is going to be pearl and blue. Pearl and blue. Flow into that energy. I feel like these readings are going to pick up as they go, because I don't know what to expect now. I don't even remember what Aries reading said, and I think I said that earlier. One more time, Taurus. All right. So, what is your key? What is your clue? The doors you've opened and the ones you must go through. Taurus. Is that the star? Hello. You are your own star, Taurus. There we go. Temperance. Little bit of patience. Ooh, the sun's at the bottom. Jesus. All right. Well, what's this flipped over card? I'm curious, but I'm not going to flip it over yet. We are going to sit in suspense while I look at the two that have come out. We've got the star. Beautiful rainbows. Even amongst, the other stars, right? You shine brightly even amongst other stars. And then Temperance. This is probably my favorite card of alchemization because of the water and fire aspect of it. And the crane. I think that's a crane. The crane, grace, beauty, elegance. I really feel that. Elegance, Taurus. You are so elegant. I feel like even if you think you're not, because I feel like Taurus gives off that, you're going to get offended if I say lazy, but that, it's not lazy. It's very, relaxed isn't quite the right word, almost languid. When they're in that calm space, when they're in a good space, they can just lounge and look amazing when they're comfortable. If they're not comfortable, though, what is this? The Nine of Swords. If they're not comfortable, though, if their anxiety gets the best of them, I see that's why we do these readings. If your anxiety gets the best of you, it takes all your color and light. It almost like swallows your soul, your anxieties swallow your soul. Fear is the mind killer. I'm hearing that very loudly. Somebody said that to me when I was 17 years old, wrote it in something. I don't know if it was plagiarized from something. If you know where that's from, tell me, but somebody told me that once and I've never fucking forgotten it. It is stuck in my head forever. Being afraid of following your North Star, of following your path, being afraid of not just failure, but success is like holding you back from this just eternal happiness. You got to come out of the dark. Look at this, the butterfly. Six of Wands. Six of Wands? I do think it is the Six of Wands. It's a victory card. Right? Victory in the sun. Like, come on. Trust your own center. I'm getting that with this sun card too. This very much feels like the stone in the pit of the stomach. Not the feeling of anxiety that comes with that, but the solidified power of one's person, like the seat of the soul, the stone that grounds you. I know fire and water doesn't make stone, but that's what I'm hearing. Emotion and passion needs to be grounded. Taurus is so grounded. I think that's it. Maybe Taurus, you're too grounded. Too grounded in the what ifs of reality. That's your of two minds almost. Embrace the unknown. Step into the dark, but not into the darkness of the mind. Into the unknown, into passion and curiosity. I'm getting, for you, for your clues, I'm definitely getting stars, eyes, and feathers. Possibly the sun or the butterfly, but stars, eyes, and feathers for sure. I also want to pull a couple more cards for you. Because this again, it's just babble. It's all babble. What did I pull? I pulled Lenormand for them. I'm going to pull from this middle stack for you. Just the middle stack. Usually I pull from all three, but these are quick readings, and I'm going to see what they have to say for you, Taurus. Taurus. What is Taurus's key? The staff. You will be taken care of in difficult times. You will be taken care of in difficult times. You don't have to worry about the what ifs, Taurus. You can jump in because you have the security already. You have the earthly security. So this feels like a spiritual calling with the star and temperance here. I almost feel like that's the only card that I should give you. That's the only card you need. That's your reassurance, is the earthly matters are taken care of. It's time to reach a little higher, a lot higher. With the star and the crane or anything to go by, and the sun. You have all that out there energy and nowhere to put it. Unground yourself a little, Taurus. Yeah, all right. That's all I'm getting for you, Taurus. I hope that that was interesting and affirming for you in some way, maybe. Um, I found it quite interesting. It was like that was very punchy, that one. I really like zeroed in hard on that energy. All right, it could be the cards too. Like I said, I think these are going to get like more fluid as time goes. I don't want to, that's why I don't want to spend too much time on them, because I don't want to get tired in the middle. All right. So our next guest is our beautiful Geminis. So we are going to get started with you. Let's see. Which cards do we want to use on this journey? That's the fun thing about Hawthorne House. Everything is connected. It doesn't matter if you think it's not. Or if you can't see it, it doesn't even matter what point you come in the connection. Like literally everything is interlaced. I think I'm getting that from this energy here. The Gemini, it just feels it's all in flow. Even when it seems, we're going to use the Lion Strider. I think that's what this one is called. Tarot for you. Rorschach test. I don't know why that. I think it's because of the cars, but that's what it's reminding me of. I'm not sure if that's the name of it. I'm also getting Koi from the Gemini card. Do you see that? I'm getting very much yin and yang energy, balance, the Koi. Which is interesting because, I mean, obviously Libra is the scales, right? You'd think that they would be the balance card. But in my experience, Geminis, when they perfect their ability to balance, I feel are more balanced than Libras, who can kind of teeter-totter between or two extremes, is what I'm saying. And not that the extremes are bad. Or there's anything wrong with that. Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck for resting. Gemini, what is your key? What is your clue? What doors have you opened, and what ones do you still need to go through? I've been drawing 3 for all of these. You have the Lovers face up here. The 3 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And it's the only one upright. So we're going to look at this. The 3 of Swords. I'm getting very, I mean, it's birds and barbed wire. 2 birds on a wire. Regina Spektor, 2 birds on a wire. That song might be significant to you, Gemini. I feel like you're almost tethered to someone or something that is causing you disappointment and heartache, and almost eating away at not necessarily your energy, it's like your creative energy, your creativity. I'm getting something it's like a circle. It's a cycle. It's a cycle that just rinses and repeats itself. It's been a very long time that this has been going on. And there's always this choice with the Lovers here. Oh, these are cranes too. And it's also, that intertwined. I find it interesting. There are 3 swords on the 3 of Swords, but only 2 birds, right? 2 birds bound by barbed wire. And then there's the Lovers, 2 birds on fire. Usually this would be passion, but I really feel like, the passion of love. But I really am getting more the choice here. There's always a choice. What choice? Let's see. There's always a choice to start over. Shit. Gemini. Oh, honey. You've got the devil and the fool. And the devil is also a couple bound together in just fucking ropes. Look at that. Why are you binding yourself to this? What are you bound to? Let it go. Then you've got the Fool. Literally, the card alone, the only card, Gemini, because even your Gemini card has 2 people on it. Look at this. The only card of a solitary being, of going alone, walking away, going your own road. And God, I know that must be hard. And it might not even be like in a relationship. It could be a situation. It could be you're part of a business with someone, right? But you need to go your own way because maybe your beliefs or the way that you do things together is not lining up anymore. You know, this could be literally anything. But honestly, I'm getting such strong feelings of just being tied down to something that is destroying some part of yourself, some part of your passion and creativity, some part of your heart that this Fool energy almost embodies. This wanderlust. I feel like you need to go. You need to go somewhere. At your own discretion, okay? Like, maybe that's... Oh, that could be your clue. That could be, that's the question that we're asking. That could be your clue is a new beginning, a rebirth. Because that's almost the energy that I get with this Fool and Devil card here. It's almost like if you walk away, you get a rebirth. If you continue in this cycle, in this situation or whatever it is that's tying you down, it's keeping you away from some part of your heart. The choice here, it's still yours. The choice is still yours. You can't literally turn back time, but I feel like you have... I'm really sensing this card is picking up in this reading in particular, but you really have this energy of being able to start over. It'll feel like turning back time, and it'll be scary. Maybe you've been with the same job in the same sort of line of work for, you know, since you got out of high school, but it's never been what you wanted to do and you're afraid to start something new. Like, I really feel like if you do it, it'll be like turning back time. Everything will be new and exciting, and it'll be like getting a second chance at life is really what I'm hearing. It's so loud and so strong with the imagery. And I know that that's not the question we asked, but I am getting rebirth is a clue. The ram could be a clue. Aries, something like that. Birds for sure. Birds for sure for you. Possibly cranes or doves. I don't think these are doves. I think there might be ravens or crows. But you've also got the owl on the bottom, so really any kind of bird, I feel like, taking flight energy. Yeah. All right, so those are the clues. Now let's see. I want to get, I think, a final card for you, a final couple cards. What do you want? An oracle? Do you want the Lenormand? Do you want a teacup tarot? Something earthy with herbs? No. Animals? Are you fond of animals? More than plants? I'm hearing animals. We're going to do that. This is the Wild Unknown deck for Animal Oracle. Got the unicorn and the raccoon. split there. Unicorn and raccoons. Interesting. Unicorn is almost like the myth, the unbelievable, but it's also purity, innocence. Again, almost that eternal youth starting over energy. Maybe that's what you need. You need some sort of fresh start, Gemini. I don't know what it has to do with business, love, family relationships, something. Some sort of situation, but you need a fresh start. At least that's what the cards seem to be indicating. All right. Final message here for our Geminis, please, on this strange reading for Friday the 13th. Hawthorne House. Gemini, what is your final message? This is fun, isn't it? Octopus, you're juggling too many things, but you are doing it well. Elephant, steadfast and nurturing, but I'm also getting that you need to nurture yourself here, your own flame, because it's feeding something here. It's feeding this fire, I feel like, something inside of you. But everything else is dark except for this fire, and I feel like you need to tend to this flame or it'll go out. And this is something important to you. This is something you never got to do but always wanted to. Something that lies in the mind. In your creativity, maybe in your ability to multitask. Maybe it's a mastery of something I'm hearing. You have a lot of interests, a lot of things that you want to try. With this octopus and the elephant. Small passions, you're trying not to stamp them out though. And I think that's the most important thing, is not to stamp them out. You need to nurture the flame. You've got the fish on here, only upright card at the bottom. Fish in the moon. I'm getting very much Pisces energy from this. And also the energy of the eclipse, actually. I know that this is an eclipse. It's a red crescent, but I'm getting the sense swimming down into darkness, into like a whirlpool almost. But there's a light at the end of it. Maybe some sort of illuminous thought. With animals, you could get signs via birds, I'm really hearing, because so many birds showed up in your particular set of cards here, and the Fool is giving me very much bird energy, even though it doesn't have a bird in sight. Oh yeah, it does. It has a bird over the... Yeah, okay, that's right. It's like a blue jay with the Fool traveling. Yeah, I'm definitely getting birds. You may be getting signs and symbols for birds. Birds may be very important to you in some way. It may even be related to this thing that you want to do or never got to try, but I'm not sure on that. So, Gemini, that is all I have for you. I'm doing really good on keeping these, like, you know, kind of short and to the point. I gave clues already for the full moon reading. I do hope you come back for the full moon reading and that you find that something in that resonates with all this strange Friday the 13th energy. You can watch for your sun, moon, rising, and north node here. I feel like Hawthorne House, I'm very focused on, you know, our purpose in the world. It can be big or small. It can be mundane or magical, but we all have one, and I feel like we all need a little bit of guidance sometimes moving towards that. I often feel like that when I am lost. Sometimes you need to get lost though. All right, Geminis, thank you. Our next card here will be our Cancers. Oh, our first water card. Boy, this is giving me really deep. You guys have been so deep in it lately, Cancer. I feel like I don't know if I've held these up for the other cards, but I am doing that for you because it's just that deep, watery energy. It's holding on to something down here in these grains of sand, some sort of beast in the darkness in the back. I don't know, Cancer, you're feeling really deep. You're always so deep to me. Such deep feeling, but I almost feel like I'm almost getting tired energy before we even start here, Cancer. You must be tired. I'm hearing almost immediately to use the Tarot of the Divine here. I almost called it the Tarot of Divinity. I feel like I heard it's time to tell your stories. It's time to tell those stories, Cancer. I feel like Pisces has gotten, well, no, the collective as a whole has gotten a lot of like storyteller energy. But I feel like yours is almost, they're very deep personal stories. Not necessarily, all stories are deep and personal. But I feel like explaining to someone what happened, I'm hearing. What really happened. Explaining to someone what really happened. Okay. So that might be a message just specifically for one or two of you. You've got the Page of Cups in the bottom here of chasing your dreams. But I'm going to shuffle because we are asking what clue or key Cancer needs for their full moon reading. This will come out as clues or keys, but it's also been coming out as just, if you've been watching since the beginning, just messages for you. So what is Cancer's key? What doors have they opened already? And what doors do they still need to go through? Oh, that's too many. You say that, but you're still going to have to look at them all. Okay, fine. You've got the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom, followed by the Eight of Wands and the Seven of Swords. Well, shit. Fortune is turning, and it's turning fast. Grab what you can. Five of Cups reversed out on top here, and the Nine of Cups. I don't read reversals, but, and the Nine of Cups was because they're almost all reversed here. Oh, no, they're not. That's interesting. Well, oh, okay, maybe they are reversed for this one. Shit. Again, I don't, sorry. Yours is getting a lot of, mouthy. Sorry. I try to keep it to once per, I don't. But I've noticed that it was about once per sign. So I hope YouTube doesn't, like, get mad at me. Alright, so the card that I'm really, these two, right? These are the ones that I really picked up on first, was the Four of Cups, Five of Cups, sorry, in reverse. And the Nine of Cups in reverse. The Nine of Cups is the card that came out first. And I almost am getting this energy that you suffered this disappointment, right? The Five of Cups was upright and the Nine of Cups was upright. The way that I was reading it was that you had suffered a disappointment over a dream that you put a lot of effort into, and it spilled, it like fell apart. Which would make sense with this Ten of Swords energy. And the reversals. Because a Nine of Cups would be something unfulfilled to me. A wish that was left ungranted. The Five of Cups would be the disappointment from that, but getting over it. Because the Ten of Swords here is the card of Anguish is the word I'm hearing. Just unbelievable suffering, but it's the end of that suffering. And then the Empress. You become the Empress. You embody that energy. You are brought to abundance. Abundance is brought to you. You're surrounded by it. After such pain and disappointment and heartache. And Cancer, I've really been feeling with that with you, I feel like. And I feel like you've been sitting in your feelings, right? But you haven't shared them with anyone. And then you've got the Knight of Cups here. Chasing a dream. And following your heart, moving forward. It's like being guided by your emotions here. So maybe you're finally ready to come out of the dark. In this card, it's the meeting of land and sea here. The meeting of earth and sea. I almost feel like you are, in this card, it looks like you're going into the sea, right? You're going into your emotions down here at the bottom. You see there's a field in the background. Come on. There we go. There's a field in the background where the horse is. I also, like, for some reason, I don't know, I don't think that's the lore here. It's not. It's definitely not. But I'm definitely getting the energy that this horse is going to turn into, what is it called? A Selkie? Or a Kelpie? Man, you guys are going to have to correct me because I don't know the name. If anyone is watching that does know, I'll have to look it up myself. If not, which I don't mind doing. But it definitely feels like that's almost your nature, is you can, well, yeah, because you're the fucking crab. You're Cancer. You can literally traverse both land and sea. This is your card, this Knight of Cups. In this deck, it's like literally your ability to walk on both land and sea, your adaptability here is what's going to help you overcome this Ten of Swords moment. This is the energy you're coming into right now as this Empress, because when I said this Empress and this Knight of Cups, you're adapting. It's almost like you're coming out of the deep, dark waters back onto land, and you're about to start navigating that again. Because, again, you have the Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It's changing and changing quick. The Wheel of Fortune in this one also, I don't want to say it reminds me of Grandfather Spider. I know that's not this legend in the card because they're all based on actual myths and legends and gods and spirits and things, but like it's Grandfather Spider is all over this, but it's also reminding me of Cancer because you guys have, you're the crab, 8 legs. But then you've got the Seven of Swords on the bottom, and it really feels like the Seven of Swords is usually a little bit deceitful. I almost feel like a little bit sneaky, right? But this feels like almost necessity. He's taking the weapons of man, right? He's stealing what will hurt him or what could hurt him. I'm trying to get away, and I really feel like take what you can and go out of this energy. Take from it what you can too. I feel like there is something that you can take from this that's useful to you, that will bring you fortune, and very quickly. And I think I said this in your reading, right, at the beginning about stories. Tell your story. It's time to tell your story. People will empathize with what's happened here. Like, they'll really understand. And I think that this goes for the collective as a whole. But we all have stories to tell right now about the things that we've been through and the things that we wish for and the things that we want to do. And we need to tell those stories now. It's time to start telling them. I really feel that. Ooh. I was looking at my Lenormand deck and I accidentally had one of the cards flipped when I put him back, and it was the stork that was in the earlier reading, but that's the only one that I didn't put in the deck correctly. 17 can be important, but I think that means that I'm going to use the Lenormand deck for you. It feels like there's a message because that was the card that was flipped over. So this will be your final message. Oh, let's see, signs could be spears. Could be horses. Let's see. Flowers for sure. Roses, or I'm hearing magnolias for some reason. I don't know if there will be a specific magnolia flower in any of the door reading, but and possibly spiders for you because grandfather spider showed up. So spiders definitely are a possibility as clues or anything else that like shines meaning on that for you. All right, let's pull your final message. Final message for Cancer, please. The journal, write it down, you guys. Ooh, and the child, your childhood experiences. Well, shit. All right. This is, you could be aspiring writers. This feels like journaling your experiences, but it definitely feels like this could really very much pertain to experiences you had as a child that you've grown from with this tree. This is the card of health too, taking care of your health in your body and the harmony within your soul. It's also the card of growing though, and like you're grown now. This feels like you've gone and buried this inner child energy for so long. You've got roses again too, and butterflies could also be a clue for you. Butterflies are going to be a clue for a lot of people. I feel like that could be their place in the doors. But I definitely feel like almost you didn't talk about these experiences for so long, or even these dreams, these desires. They're like childhood dreams and desires, right? You thought you'd grown past them. You haven't. Like, you're coming to this ending of this heartbreak, disappointment cycle where you thought you found a different dream, and so you went away from one that you really resonated with as a child, or you thought you found what that dream was, what you wanted more than anything, and it turned out to be a disappointment and a huge mental anguish that followed that. But it's changed you. It's changed you in a way that you're able to go back to this childhood memory and either make use of it, an experience that you had in your childhood, your story, or it has the key to what you want to pursue next, what you're really trying to reconnect with here, this dream that you're chasing that'll bring you emotional fulfillment. I don't know why your cards ended up getting laid out this way either, but that's sometimes how it goes. All right. Geez, Gemini. No, sorry, Cancer. I don't know why. I think it reminded me of the Gemini reading a bit about leaving something behind. It's completely different context, though. But it really feels like... It feels like you've got this chance now. It feels like you had to get to this point of being able to express whatever this is from your childhood. It feels like that. So you may be writers, bloggers, whatever. It could just be talking about it. It could just be that you need to journal about it and save it for later. You might not need it right now, but now would be a good time to start writing about it. That's all I have for you. I'm going to mention that also tree could be a clue for you. Trees, butterflies, flowers. I think that spiders could be prominent in the full moon reading. If you come back for that, which I hope you do, thank you so much. Okay, and now we're going to clean up again and move on to who's next? Leos. That'll be fun. I hope that I'm getting this timing right. I think I'm at about 15 minutes for each. Thereabouts. Which isn't bad. I mean, for me, since usually my readings run at least half an hour. There's always a lot to say, you guys. I'm not used to filtering it down to very specifics yet, because I feel like if I did that, I'd exclude too many people. And could be a timeless reading, because I think it'll still be relevant, even if you're not seeing the reading on the full moon. Just because it's called the full moon reading doesn't mean that's just when we're having it. That's just how we do things. All right, Leo. Let's see, shall we? You guys, I shit you not, you can't hear it. I paused the video for a second. You can't hear it, but there's an owl hooting outside of my window of my altar room. And like, it's the middle of the day here. It is gray and kind of rainy, but it hasn't actually rained, but like, I can hear it. And I don't know if, I mean, you must have watched the beginning of the video. I'm pretty sure that's when I mentioned the owls, right? That they were all over the place. They are still here, you guys. There's owls outside my window. It's not just in cards anymore. They're now appearing in actualities. So, like, keep an ear out. Maybe you'll hear owls. Just for that, I feel like I have to use the Woodland Warden's deck to start with. Which is weird, because I'd absolutely been starting with tarot decks every time, I think. But not for you, Leo. Gotta be different. Gotta stand out. In the best way possible. Make everybody else jealous. It's fine. No, I'm just kidding. I love my Leos. I just wish you could bottle that confidence, though, and pass it around, because I could really use some. Like a perfume. Essence of Leo. The owl and the hop, and the hawk and the thistle. Wisdom and graceful persistence. Whew. Wisdom. The owl. I don't know why I didn't even connect it to the owls. Well, this is how we're going to take these then. Oh, well, I'm not going to be able to do that and do it properly. The owl and the hop. The hawk and the thistle. That sounds like something I should write down for later. The owl and the hop. The hawk and the thistle. Something about that's coming through really strong. Wisdom is provided with graceful persistence. Wisdom is provided with graceful persistence. Beneath the hawk card, you have the coyote and datura, deceit. I'm really getting that wisdom will come through graceful persistence, not deceit. Or it will overcome deceit. Be at peace and communicate. Be at peace and communicate. With wisdom and graceful persistence. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Be thoughtful in your conversations. I also heard in your arguments. Be thoughtful. It's small. Not everything is as big as it seems. Not every little disagreement needs to be treated like it's bigger than it is. And you have to navigate the thorns gracefully. That's interesting. I'm also getting that I need to use the good tarot with you, which is strange because I wouldn't usually associate this deck with my Leos. It's such an earthy deck. This is kind of a Virgo deck to me. But we shall see. We shall see. Ooh. Sounds a bit hard to shuffle. It's so large. It's alright. I'll just do it 3 times because I don't use this deck very often. Alright, Leo. What is your key to the full moon reading? What doors have you opened? And what still needs to be seen? So much water. I think. We've got the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck here. That is intuitive knowing if I've ever seen it. There's birds in here. I'm getting divine wisdom. Ooh, you've got the Queen of Air also with the owl. Ooh. You've got a lot of owl in her. So owl definitely is one of your clues for sure. Queen of Air. Fanning the flames, but like in a good way. The flames of inspiration. The Chariot, something moving forward. All in balance. A duality, a combining of 2 things. But the 4 of water, something's missing. Something's not seen. That could be what the High Priestess is there for. The Chariot, the woman in the Chariot's wearing a mask. I think, yes, a veil. Something hidden being revealed. Something yet unseen. Pearls could be one of your clues as well. Certainly owls. Feathers. The moon. I feel like there's almost a sense of upward movement. I know the Chariot is usually forward, but I'm definitely hearing heat rise above it. It could also be with this 4 of water to rise out of the depths, follow the current upward, or you're about to hit an upward current. of water or air. Something you didn't see coming. Something you didn't see coming, but that you had an inkling of, like a intuitive knowing about. Something that you've been feeling, but you didn't see coming, if that makes sense. Maybe something you wanted to manifest, I'm hearing, but didn't believe that it would come, like that you would get it, and being sort of blindsided by that. Interesting. You definitely need additional cards before we stop here for your little Friday the 13th reading. I'm going to pull some of the tea leaf oracle cards here for you, Leo. What is Leo's key? Doors have they already gone through? What ones do they still need? Key for Leos. Ooh, you've got quite a bit. Oh, card down. Where'd you go? Ooh, you've got a timing card. Face down though, so we'll look at it last. Alright. Your final clues here. We've got the claw. Be careful. Do not take risks. Interesting. Yeah, that feels like definitely rise above it. I feel like if you get into arguments right now, it's not like, don't push things, you know? Don't take unnecessary risks too with the people around you, I'm hearing. There's dealings or relationships with a man here. This could be for everyone. This could be with some people. This could be a father figure for some. It could also be a relationship. You've got Jug here, lighthearted and carefree time. If this is a relationship, don't rush in, I'm hearing. There's something you don't see. Keep things lighthearted and carefree. That's interesting. I feel like I'm getting more individual clues for you, Leo, like separated from... You've got the pin here too, a new job or career. So some of you might be getting a new boss. That could be the dealings with the man here. No need to risk the job that you have, though, unless you know it's going to pay off, right? But I feel like you'll know if it pays off, though, with this High Priestess card. You've also got February. This could be something that started in February. Relationship-wise, this could be a new job coming to you in February of next year. This could be like a new job offer that it's almost like hold off until then is what I'm hearing. Until the job offer comes in February. Because if you don't risk it, if you keep... it almost feels like I'm getting a very specific message for a couple people about work specifically, because this almost feels like when I'm hearing rise above it, it's like you're getting into an argument with your boss. Like something sets you off about work almost, and it causes a lot of discourse around you. There's a lot of fast moving energy here with this Chariot card I'm getting, but because it's the only, like, between two watery cards, it's a little more earthy, but I'm getting more fiery energy in it because it's got a lot of that color, of that fast moving. I'm also getting like the Eight of Wands, like you want out of whatever the situation is, Leo. And it's almost like the cards are telling, well, don't rush, don't leap in, wait, because you'll get the offer that you need here with your wisdom and graceful persistence, you'll get the offer that you need to go the way that you want to go. And you need to trust your intuition on it, because I feel like you know that this, if you got an opportunity now, it would be like taking a risk, right? If it's a job opportunity with the pin here, if you got a job opportunity right now or somewhere that seems like it's better than where you're currently working and less stressful or whatever, like, you'll feel that it's like taking a risk, and that it's too soon. I almost feel like with this February card here coming up, I really feel like February specifically could lead to a turnaround, but I'm not, take it at your own discretion, Leo. That's all I have for you. That was really specific, actually, which is kind of weird. I wasn't expecting these to get that earthly. For clues, I'm definitely picking up pins could be a clue here. Winter owls for sure. And possibly wings or fins, I'm getting for some reason. Fish and birds. So, we are now going to move on to Virgo for our next Friday the 13th. I almost said February 13th. I was like, that's not right. It's not, that's not even close to right. I know, it's because I saw the February card. All right. These away. I'm not sure if I'll be able to upload this video today, but I'll have it all recorded today, so there's that. I should, at the latest, upload it tomorrow. All right. Virgo. Such strong energy, Virgo. You absolutely get the Hush Tarot. I was wondering when this deck wanted to come out. I thought it was weird that it didn't want to be the first deck I used, because it's definitely on my mind. You get the Four of Cups and the Ace of Cups at your split here. That's a choice of two minds. A new beginning, but something's missing. Why? I just felt like I saw something out of the corner of my eye. A little shadow. Little spirit lurking. I wonder if that is one of my Virgo's spirits, or her shadows. If you're watching this, for some reason these cards feel really stiff. I don't remember them being this stiff. I mean, they were pretty nicely like worn in when I was using them last time. Well, it's alright. Strange. Alright. Virgo, what is your key for the full moon door reading? What doors have you already gone through, and what doors still need to be seen? Alright. Already. Got a lot of, oh, it's all, okay. It's all, major arcana. We've got the Tower. Home for the birds. Birds could be part of your clue. Birds seem to be a very prominent clue for everyone, so I guess everyone's at least been through that one. I'm also getting autumn, but you've got the wheel here. The turn of fortune. There's some pearls in the background, or in the foreground, I mean. Some lilies, I think, in the back, or some sort of magnolia flower, maybe. Not magnolia. Well, magnolias come up again, too. So, the Ant. And then you've got the Magician. Magician, the card of magic, but also doing something, I almost want to say out of the box, but that's not, out of bounds is what I was trying to say, but it wanted to correct to out of the box, I think. But this almost feels like doing something outside the realm of the norm I'm getting. Outside of the foundation. The wheel here is feeling like a choice too. I'm almost getting seesaw energy. Whatever way the wind blows, this ant's going to go in that direction. But that doesn't mean you can't alter your direction here. You've also got the Five of Pentacles, feeling left out. Abandonment. I'm almost with this getting, there's almost like a release in this one though. A peace. Because it's not left out in the cold like a lot of Five of Pentacles cards are. It's in the water. And with the Wheel of Fortune too being this ant on a leaf in the water and the woman plunged beneath it, it's almost like letting yourself sink into the unknown, down to the foundation, doing something you wouldn't normally do, letting go of control. I remember I said that just because you're sitting on a leaf doesn't mean you can't have control, but maybe that's exactly the point here. Maybe it's the control you have to let go of. What is structured, let go of what is structured. Something that is structured. Break it down to its foundations. Rebuild inside of it with the birds and the broken tower. You've got the World at the bottom here. And the King of Cups, having control over your emotions. Ooh, the Two of Pentacles. And then the Four of Cups reversed this time at the bottom here. So, a choice to make. A balancing act. But there's a risk here too. Because the Two of Cups is... the Two of Pentacles is pulling a pin on a grenade, right? There's a sense of danger here, but I feel like it's almost with the King of Cups. I'm getting it's a sense of emotional danger. It's like not wanting to relinquish emotional control. Yeah, not wanting to relinquish emotional control, being afraid of what will happen if you release control of your emotions. But this World card here is telling me that it's time to do that. It's time to unearth all that has been buried, but it's almost like walled in with this, right? It's like you built walls and layers of bricks around all of these things that you don't say or do. And you know that it's crumbling, that wall. You've been patching it for years and years and years, but you don't have any control anymore. It's out of your hands. Not entirely, but it's like you put off doing it, right? You were doing something, maybe something else, something that was, you thought would work isn't the right word here. Something you thought would do the job, or that would lead you to the same ends, the same end, the same completed cycle here. It would lead you to the same ending, even if you went down a different route. And this is almost like saying, no, you have to do it. It's out of your hands now. We're taking the wall down. You have to accept it. Accept it gracefully. I'm hearing this World card and the 5 of... Accept it with grace. And I'm almost... I'm almost hearing with curiosity. Accept it with grace and curiosity. Which is interesting. We're going to do Lenormand for you. I feel like I've been switching back and forth between the two, but that makes sense. The 2 main little oracles for now. For this particular reading. Alright, Virgo. Oh, clues to your thing. I'm definitely getting wolf also as another clue here, even though it's kind of like beheaded in that one. Virgo's key. Alright. A loyal companion. We love to see it. Ooh, and the clover, luck. And the journal, write it down. This feels like I'm getting like something because the journal can be not just journaling, but it can be a study too, but also knowledge or hidden knowledge, discoveries. I think it says in the book itself, it feels I'm getting like discovering something you discover with a loyal companion. With the clover here, it's like fortune, luck. This could be luck on your side with the wheel. It feels like, yes, even though you have the tower here and it's kind of out of your control, it's like it's meant to lead to this discovery. Or maybe this discovery was leading to it all along. Or this tower moment was leading to this discovery all along, maybe. And I keep hearing discovery. I keep hearing study. It's almost like and deciphering. Clovers could be a clue here. Dogs, roses, especially because the dog is also holding a yellow rose. And there's roses in her hats. I definitely feel like if you go through it with grace and have someone beside you who can like help support you, because you're always supporting everyone else. I feel like you need to have someone who's supporting you right now. But in doing that, you'll have fortune will be on your side for one, but you'll have the ability to, I'm hearing, find fortune. Maybe that's part of the discovery. The clover is also the unseen. So maybe you're discovering the unseen. Something that was unseen. An unseen situation. I'm also hearing write down what you want in this one with the journal. It's not just, don't just journal what you see and hear and dream about, but what you want specifically. especially because it came out with a Magician. I just feel like that'll help give you direction and make this submerging into emotion like easier, because as you open yourself up to your emotion more, as the tower comes down, you're going to discover things you want to do and things you want to experience and have, and you should write them down, is what I'm hearing. All right, Virgo, that's all I have for you right now. I hope you join us for the full moon reading to see what doors you've gone through and where you're at and what doors we're opening again. I don't know what we'll discover in that reading, if I'm honest. I'm just going to wing it because that's the experiment here. But I hope that this reading was helpful to you in some way, or affirming even. And I will see you again soon. We are going to move on to Libra next. So we'll just clean up here. We'll go on into our Libra friends and see what the Friday the 13th reading has to say for them. Even though this is probably going to come out tomorrow on the 14th, but it's fine. That happens sometimes. I mean, I didn't know it was going to be a Friday the 13th specific reading. I just thought it was going to be a check-in, so, you know, how things change. Plans are made and then they change. All right, Libra, you are next. So, which deck should we use for you? I'm not hearing anything in particular yet. I paused. I just came back because I paused the video because I needed to go get some water, and as I got up I realized, oh, I need to take a break or I'm going to burn myself out before I get through all of these. And as it happens, Florence of Florence and the Machine released a new song today, called Choreomania. For some reason I wanted to say choreomancy, which felt like dance magic, right? Yeah, that's definitely what my brain was trying to say. So choreomancy for some of you, something about dance and the magic of dance for some of you Libra. Which makes sense. I feel like even though you are like keep things in balance, or you strive for that balance, or you should strive, I mean, in accordance to your zodiac, for that balance between rigidness and like structure and flow, right? Or dark and light, whatever you want to call the things in balance. There are a lot of different things in balance, live and in Agori. If you sit between those and you try to balance them, I feel like there's something about the way that the movement of dance and choreography. See, I'm trying to, my brain does not want to say that word correctly. Choreography. I wasn't even going to mention that I got up to go get water or the song or anything, but I sat down and I was like, I need to mention the song. I don't know why, Libra, but for you, it feels like there's something in your planning. You're very methodical. You weigh the pros and cons, right? You're very thoughtful in that way, but sometimes too much. It feels like something in your planning needs to move with more fluidity. I'm getting just a barrage of fucking messages. One, Singing in the Rain. I don't know if anyone is going to know that musical, that song. You should. Someone here will know it. I'm getting singing in the rain and dance through your problems rather than work through them, which is weird. Like, dance through your problems rather than work through them. I'm also all of a sudden getting very much Pan energy. Like the god Pan. Not the... Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's so interesting. He's a satyr, right? Is that what they're called? The it's very Capricorn energy. Part goat, part man. I don't remember what they're called. I know it's not a centaur because that's the horse one. Man, I used to be really big on mythology and creatures and stuff like that until I had to move and lost all of my mythology books, which is very sad. You might also be into mythos. That could be something for you. A clue, perhaps. Okay, we still didn't decide what deck because we went off on that whole... That was definitely something for someone here, though. Singing in the rain could just be because of the rain outside, but because it started raining a little while ago, but I very much got the whole image of him with the umbrella dancing down the street just in the rain. It's a musical. For those of you who don't know what it is, you can Google it. I'm sure that YouTube, or you could even YouTube it. I'm sure that YouTube has a scene from it. But it was so like, because I got the image of a guy in a brown business suit, and I haven't seen this movie since I was like 8. Dana Mae Hawthorne, my grandma, was very, very big on like musicals. The Sound of Music, Oklahoma, we watched all of that shit. And I loved it. Theater kid, right? But that in particular, I really think I've only seen it that one time because we got a box set and we watched them all. And it's just, I'm seeing it in like a brownish gray suit in the dark with the lights and the fake rain just pouring down onto the stage and him circling that lamppost. And the reason that I'm making note of in the business suit and dancing through the rain is because in the movie it's a very romantic scene, I think. But for me, I'm getting this sense of like, you shouldn't be all business right now, Libra. You should dance through your problems, not work through them. And I guess that's why the business suit is really standing out, because it's reminding me of work. Even though it could have just been a nice suit for a date or something. I honestly don't remember. I could be remembering that scene completely wrong, but somebody needed to hear that for some reason. We're already 6 minutes into the video, into your reading. So let us pick some cards. And you know what? You're going to get Woodland Wardens here too, because I did that for someone else, but giving me forest energy. It's the pan. It's with the pan. And I don't know why, because that is not, honestly, it's not something I really associate with Libras, except that y'all can be pretty, like, flirtatious, though. Everybody's always like, ooh, it's Scorpio and Capricorn. They're the, like, flirty, sexy signs. And I'm like, that's fine. I will tell you that the most flirtatious sign that I know is a fucking Libra. Alright. Not that there's anything wrong with that. No shame, because we Pisces, we accidentally do that shit. Like, we're just trying to talk and have a good time, and the next thing you know, it's like, are you flirting with me? Why do you like me? No, I don't. I'm sorry. I'm just being nice. I'm just being nice, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Not about just being nice. Other Pisces, I'm sure, can relate. There's a couple signs in the zodiac that do that. All right. What clues do we have for Libra? I think we're going to take... Well, I don't know. We're going to see what they gave us. Clues for Libra's full moon. I know, it flipped out and stuck in the deck, and it's the only other one they're going to give me. It is. Ooh, okay. I know, right? Ooh, make an expression and then say nothing. Okay, no, but you've got really good cards. You've got the duck and chrysanthemum with luck here. Ooh, I'm getting the chrysanthemum, but also the purple. That could be one of your clues for the full moon reading if you go and join us for that. And then you've got the chipmunk and the laurel, which is success, which I find really interesting. You might get, I'm getting kind of Six of Wands energy from this too. I mean, with success, it's giving me victory because of the laurels. Victory could also be a clue here, as well as dance. I feel like, you know, celebration. I'm seeing chariots and confetti, like actual horse-drawn chariots. I don't know why. We just went Roman. Is this Roman? I'm getting Roman vibes. Could be about the law. Could be about the balance, but it's definitely a victory celebration here for you. And luck being on your side. Maybe that's if you dance through rather than push through, rather than work through. It's almost like I'm almost getting it's like full energy, but what I'm seeing is a person blindfolded, and it's almost like a cartoon walking through like a field of landmines, right? And missing everyone. And like clumsily walking through too, like dancing through and missing everyone even though you're blindfolded. It's like you can't take a wrong step right now. Every step you take is in the right direction. Every step you take is in the direction of success. Ooh, that's interesting. So long as you flow, I think. It might be a point of swinging between the balance instead of maintaining it, which I think might have been in one of your previous readings for us. I want to pull some tarot. But what tarot do we want to use? I don't know yet. I think it's going to be the Deviant Moon Tarot, which is another cumbersome deck. It's like it doesn't like to shuffle properly, but it's giving me the almost dramatic theatrical feeling of that same choreographed joy. Choreograph your joy, your success. Choreograph your success. All right. Clues for Libra. What doors are they opening? What doors still need to be opened? And what will give them clues to know? Ooh, the Three of Pentacles. The card of collaboration. Building others up so that you can be built up. Are you only going to give me this one card? Just this one. All right. Collaboration is very important for you. And notice there's 3 instead of 2. That very much is giving me the sense of swinging between the balance, right? There are different artistic expressions here. There's sculpting, painting, and I think it's almost carving, etching, sketching. It could be sketching only. But it's like having multiple talents, showcasing those multiple talents. Ooh, swinging between different talents. of yours. Could be in work. Like maybe you're really good at doing, I'm getting like jack of all trades energy. Is that how that goes? I know it's jack of all trades, master of none, right? But I don't get that feeling. I feel like you don't need to master them, because if you move between them, you'll get more success. It's like you'll be able to build off the momentum of one to the other. Work and art, or two different artistic expressions in work, perhaps. Maybe you write and draw. There's something about maybe bringing those two things into balance at some point, but for the time being, building momentum on both of them. Which is so interesting. Stars might be a symbol for you. With the magnolia, or sorry, the chrysanthemum, or magnolia again. The purple feathers. The laurels. I'm going to pull, oh, I can't remember if I did Lenormand for Leo. Or if I did, well, it doesn't matter, I guess, who I did what for. We're going to do Lenormand for you, because I feel like there needs to be one more final message for Libra here. I know these are like odd little short messages, but, oh, there goes a card. Face down, so we'll flip it when I get the rest of them out. For Libra, please. Clues for the coming full moon. Ooh, the home. Can't only give me 2 cards. This is a 3-card deck. There we go. All right, yeah, sass. I know. Sassy. All right, and 2 face down. So we've got the home here in the center, the only face-up card that came out. And I'm very much getting that this is centered around the home, which could still involve work and relationships, either one, but it's definitely something centered in the home here. It could be working from home, it could be a business in home, or in your home, or out of your home. Then you've got the child was the first card that came out here. This is innocence, but I'm also getting the sense of wonder and newness, taking things from that perspective. You've also got the owls. Owls might be, owls and butterflies again. Owls and butterflies might be one for you as well. But the owls are about communication. They can also be about gossip. I'm also getting this sense of work between working alone, right? Figuring out, taking leaps on your own in that childlike manner of one side of what you're working on, and then communicating with another side. Or a group of people, or this could be you have a lot of creative ideas on your own that could help the business that you work in grow, but you have to communicate those ideas. Again, if it's centered around the home, I almost feel like this could also be the people within your home that you're communicating with. Maybe there's a different way that you want to do things in your relationships at home, family, or your partner. This can also symbolize, the owls can also symbolize a couple, so it could be the partner here. That's so interesting. Yeah, I'm just getting that you almost need a reset, like a refreshing your home environment maybe, or the relationships at home. That's a really interesting final message. I'm not sure if it worked with the work one. That could be a separate message for one of you, my Libras. That is all that I have for you for now. I do hope you join us on the full moon reading that's coming up on Monday. There's going to be quite a few piles for that, though, so I might actually record Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Break it out into 3 because there's just a lot. 7 is a lot. 8, 7. It'll probably be 7 piles. All right. Thank you for coming. I'm going to move on to our Scorpios. We have Scorpios next. I say that because about Scorpio, because in my last round of zodiac readings, like the official round of zodiac readings, it felt like the intensity of the messages I got just started increasing from Virgo on, I think. I think it started from Aries, but really I didn't notice it until like after I did Libras, or when I got to Scorpios. It was really intense. So we are going to move on to Scorpio and see what messages there are for you, what clues might lead you to the door you need to choose for the full moon reading, and also just a quick kind of check-in, because that seems to be how these readings are going, Scorpio. So welcome. Let's see. You get Mystical Manga Tarot. I don't know why. Because the Lovers are at the bottom. Okay. And it's the only one upright, which is really interesting. So we're going to show you that. I definitely am getting, like, you know, it's fated love energy, but this could also be a choice because we know that the Lovers can also represent the choosing between two things. I'm also very much the airy energy of this particular Lovers card. I don't think I've ever noticed another Lovers card that has this sort of air kind of energy to it, which I find really interesting. And then because it reminded me of the Judgment card. Okay, the Judgment card's on the split, so we're going to show you that too. I'm not going to hold them out, but let's just see, same angel almost. Different couple though, if you're looking at that sort of thing. Alright, Scorpio. Clues for Scorpio. What do we have? Clues and information. I'm hearing the song Paint It Black, but specifically like the Sierra version. Sierra, maybe slowed, I'm not sure. Oh, alright, well, we're just going to throw all the cards on the floor. I can't use these because literally half the deck fell out, but I'm going to pull them back up. We've got the Death and 2 of Cups, though. Jesus. Sorry. I apologize. The Death card fell out again. It just doesn't want to listen. Make sure I got them all. It was so weird. It was such a, like, violent unshuffling, too. I've never seen my cards do that before, no matter how weird I hold them. So odd. Alright, well, I have to give it 2 more shuffles now because of them falling on the floor. My OCD will not stand. There we go. Alright. Scorpio. Let's try this again. Clues for Scorpio, please. Information for Scorpios. Quick check in here. What do we get for our Scorpios? Oh, I saw that card when I was shuffling. It's the Hanged Man. Is that all we're... Oh, no, there was one more. Okay. Indecision. Shit. Well, the Hanged Man with indecision. That's very interesting. And there's a card underneath her. That's why I stopped. Ooh, it's the Three of Wands. Okay. So, I'm holding the Hanged Man upside down. I don't think it was upside down when I picked it up, but I'm gonna hold that for a second so you can see it upside down, because look how, like, it's almost like being held up by the binds rather than hung upside down. In this way, it's like what once bound you now supports you. What once shackled you has become your strength. Because with the... I feel like you may not be aware of that, though, with this. Or you may be aware of it, but you're not sure what to do with that information yet. Because you've got the Two of Swords here. But I'm getting from this particular Two of Swords, like, deep thought, clarity. You're waiting for that moment when you need to swing the sword. I almost feel like I'm getting this sense of waiting for the enemy to come to you. Not that I'm telling you to make enemies or cut enemies down, none of that nonsense. It's just I'm getting the sense that something has to come to you before you can make the decision. But you are looking towards the future. So while you're waiting to make this decision, you should still be planning for the future, I feel like. Still be looking to the horizons. And in these two cards, you have the moon at your back and the sun at your front, in front of you. And the Hanged Man card has that sun behind you. It's almost like you've turned around in this. You're facing the sun now. You're facing the horizon. The sun and moon could be clue symbols for you for the reading. Let's see. I want to draw more cards for you. We're going to definitely do the tea leaf oracle for you. I find it interesting. Libra's reading kind of dragged on, but yours seems very... Something about this is very straightforward. Well, there's the ram, so let's see. What other information do we have for Scorpio here? What is the story? What do we need to hear? What do we need to know? What comes from these decisions? What comes and what goes? All right. Let's see. I've got some cards on the floor here. We're going to look at your upright ones first, and then we'll look at the face down ones. So, the first one, the ram, a stubborn or aggressive person. Okay. This could be an Aries. This could just be a stubborn and aggressive person in your life. And then the eagle here, triumph over troubles and obstacles. That feels like, and it's got that same red energy. It's like you're moving, and I'm almost sure that this was in your last reading, something similar to this, is that you're moving out of your watery energy here. I know this is a Two of Swords and should be air, but he's in water. And into the more fiery, like, especially if you're on the cusp of Scorpio and Sagittarius, I'm definitely getting that you're leaning more towards fire right now than you are towards water. And I've always thought that Scorpio was a sign that reminded me of one that could stand between those two things of fire and water. I'm hearing desert and oasis. Then you have a desk, which is pay attention to your work. This could be your actual work, like your job. It could be that there's a stubborn or aggressive person in your workplace that you have to deal with, and you are waiting for them to start something so that you can leave with things in your favor, I'm hearing. And then you've got the gravel here, which is involvement with the law. Okay, so definitely be careful. Pay attention to your work. Pay attention to your own emotions. I'm almost getting a very specific message that someone here has an issue with a superior at work, and it could lead to a legal issue. That legal issue feels like it's going to fall in your favor with this triumph over obstacles. I almost feel like if this is, I don't know that it's like abuse in the workplace, right? Harassment or something like that, but I'm definitely getting that it's like almost lawsuit worthy, like you're fired unfairly, or someone trying to push the blame for something that goes wrong at work on you with this aggression here, and you knowing that it wasn't your fault and the truth's coming out for that. Like, it almost feels like with this hangman that I kept it upside down. It almost feels like what did I say at the beginning of this reading? That what shackled you becomes your strength. It's almost like this decision that someone else tries to make or push you towards is what's going to lead you to victory over this situation. Let's see what these flip down cards are. Ooh, you've got a two-faced friend and the unsuccessful plans. So this could even be a person that you thought, it might not even be your superior or a boss. This could be a person in your work that you thought was like cool with you, and they're actually trying to cause you problems at work. The law in some way could get involved with this. I feel like it could be a warning to be careful, or the law could get involved, or that you could get the law involved and it would be to your benefit, but you'd have to wait until it'd be like after they did something with that waiting energy. But I'm getting that this two-faced friend, and this could be a two-faced coworker. It could be an acquaintance. It doesn't have to be a friend, but I'm really feeling that it's someone that you're at least you get along with fairly well. It's their plans that are going to be unsuccessful here. It's like they're going to try to do something to get you into trouble, try to get you fired maybe. And it's just not going to work, Scorpio. Like, so keep planning. Plan ahead. I almost feel like this is a warning to plan ahead, but also to maintain your emotions, to control your emotions here. Don't leap first. Don't strike first is what I'm hearing. Don't strike first. Because that I don't want to say hesitation or indecision. Those are the words that are associated often with the Two of Swords. It's almost like that preparation, that sense of waiting is what's going to drive the victory in your favor here. Because then the law will be on your side if it comes to a legal matter. All right, Scorpio. That was such a bizarre reading. Aries, eagles, cats could be symbols for you. I'm also getting feathers with the quills here. for the full moon reading, which I do hope you join us for. They will be on... I'm going to try to post it on Monday, but it might be in 2 parts. So it might be Monday, Tuesday, because I might need to take longer to record for them, which I said in the last reading and hadn't decided until then, really, because I realized how many piles there was going to be. Anyway, we will see. I might record it in 2 parts and then post it later. So I hope that this reading was interesting or helpful for you in some way. I hope that this really does land in your favor here if you are going through this very specific scenario, because it's the only one that came to mind here when I was looking at this. It's the only one that came to mind, and that's usually not the case. This is definitely for someone. All right, so now we will move on to our Sagittarius friends. Thank you again for visiting, Scorpio. I'm going to clean up and then move on. The rain must have stopped, the majority of it at least, because the birds have come out and are all like chirping now. I'm waiting for some mail to arrive too. It's a deck I got specifically for this doors reading, and I'm not sure how I'm going to resonate with it yet, so I want to test it out and see. All right, let's see these ways. Sagittarius is next. Sagittarius. The Queen of Wands. That really feels like your energy there, Sagittarius. Queen of Wands. Power and inspiration. Passion. Forward drive. And then I haven't been showing these every time, but sometimes I feel the need to, and I feel like that might be because of the Queen of Wands energy that aligns with that. I'm almost tempted to use the same deck that I did in the last reading, even though I haven't done that yet. Ooh, I was wrong. I want this one. Celebrate uniqueness, Sagittarius. This is the embroidered graveyard oracle. We're starting with oracle first instead of tarot, but I might use the same tarot deck for you. We'll see. They definitely want me to start with these cards, though. Clues for Sagittarius for their full moon reading. Which doors have they gone through? And which they still need to open? What clues can you give them as what door to choose intuitively so that they receive the message most important to them? I'm sure I'll get something for the actual message today too, and not just clues, because that's usually what's happened so far. So, Sagittarius, here we go. Sagittarius, clues for the full moon. This, the liminal day of Friday the 13th. Well, I'll be damned. Celebrate uniqueness came out again, y'all. So, Sagittarius, that is your main message here. Ooh, you got 4 cards, too. How interesting. I thought it was only 3. So, celebrate uniqueness. 38. Forfeit. It's the energy I'm getting. Also dancing. I didn't mention this in the Scorpio pile, but I heard Florence and the Machine's new song today. Choreomania. Which is manic dancing, I think, as just as it sounds. I think there's like some dance of death thing that happens with that too, but it's almost like dancing around the pyre. I don't know. It's very communal energy. You've also got Letter to Death, which is the first card that came out. By its lonesome. Letters to Death. I am almost getting like a very vivid image of you sitting down and writing letters to your old self and then burning them in this fire, like in a bonfire. Because you've also got self-love here. Roses and butterflies, again, might be, flowers and butterflies might be a symbol, a clue for you for your door reading on the full moon. And then you've got adventure here, which this card, I love this card. Because there was, before I really got to this deck, I pre-ordered this deck. Here, let me show you the card, adventure. You see the butterfly down at the bottom with the key? So another butterfly key. Come on, focus in, there you go. Butterfly with the key. Now, before I got this deck, I pre-ordered this deck in July last year. I didn't get it until, I think, February of this year. Or the end of January. Right? But I was hearing this, this voice, this string of, it was always the same string of words. It was the butterfly holds the key. Butterfly holds the key over and over again for like weeks. And the first time that it came up was right after I'd gotten this deck. And I was shuffling through it for the first time. And I really loved the feel of the cards and the way they flowed. And I was sitting there meditating. Like, I was discussing it with a friend who is the one who actually showed me the deck. My Virgo friend was actually the one who showed me the link to the deck. And I was just shuffling through it, kind of getting to know the energy of the cards and seeing how we would work together. And I got that phrase, the butterfly holds the key. And then later on, I was doing a reading, and this was the card, adventure. This was the card that came out. And I didn't notice it at first. I didn't notice it until after I sat there looking at it for a while with the other cards. And I stopped and I looked. And I noticed the butterfly holding the key at the bottom of this card. That's how all the messages come through in Hawthorne House. It's always some weird clue somewhere. It all comes together eventually. There are no coincidences. But this, in particular, is like the key here. The key that the butterfly is holding is to adventure. Or adventure is the key for you, Sagittarius. It's like, let go of your old self. There's a sense of the death of the old self here and celebrating that death, celebrating that ending. Or the end of something. Or the death of a loved one. In Hawthorne House, we celebrate our loved ones when they've passed. You know, it's not a time of mourning. A lot of the time we wear bright colors and have bonfires or do some sort of like festival kind of activity when someone passes, which is so weird because I almost forgot, which I would never, because I've been thinking about it for the past several months off and on, is that a friend of mine, well, more than a friend, almost a second, third mom, an aunt, Honorary Hawthorne, Amy Hawthorne. She passed away around this time of the year last year. And I don't know, I guess just because we deal with death a little differently here, and because of, wow, that's really interesting too. This actually has to do with the doors reading. I don't know why this is all coming through in your reading only. And no one else is going to know unless they watch this reading. But the doors reading is very strongly linked to that. And I didn't even correlate that I was doing it at the same time that the last time I saw the doors open was. Because one of the doors, two of the doors are death and rebirth, right? The stage of death and rebirth. And it's never been so literal to me, but that night when my friend passed away, when my aunt passed away, she was pretty close to me in age. She was only like 10, 15 years older than me. So we were like friends though. Like it was the best friend aunt, you know, the one that is the cool aunt. Drink wine in her basement. Except, you know, I'm way of age, so been there for a while. Anyway, and you guys might have that same energy of just being very like chill, very cool. I kind of picked that up, but you're also super passionate because you're a fire sign. And you're Sagittarius too, very driven. Sorry, I know this is just derailing a bit, but I really feel like this is an important story for some reason, is that when it happened, when we found out that she passed away, it was very sudden. That night, I was doing trance work with my group, with a group of, I don't know if you want to call them, we don't really call ourselves spiritual people, with my group of my spiritual gathering. We were doing trance work, and I had a vision of a woman with short, light hair walking through the door of death into the door of rebirth. And then I shit you not, I kid you not, you guys, literally 5 minutes after that, we got a Facebook message from a friend that we never talked to saying, hey, are you up? Can I call? And I knew in that moment that as soon as we heard what happened over the phone, like as soon as they picked up the phone, like I knew that that's what I saw. It was almost like her spirit passing through that door of death with no regrets. She smiled, she was bright and luminous, and she walked through to where her daughter was, because she was like another person there that she was meeting, and then they went through the door and they were gone, and it was almost like this, like they met again and would be reborn together, or they would be together in their next life. It was so bizarre, but it was almost like a joyous sort of reunion celebration, that to the point that when we got the call, I didn't know what to feel. Like, of course I was sad, but I also was in disbelief in that moment. Like, in shock. And then it was very just easy to accept that had happened. And I feel like, and I know this dragged on, it's such a weird reading, but I really feel like that's the point you're at. It's not a physical death for you, but it's a movement into the self, into removing the layers and just maybe the things you don't want to carry with you into your adventure, into the future here, that you're leaving behind. It's like you're doing a complete transformation here. And that transformation is guided with self-love and celebrating your uniqueness. And it's going to lead you to an amazing adventure. A new life, almost. But I also feel like where you meet people you knew before from past lives and past iterations of yourself, and maybe even people you met in your actual past in this life coming back. I'm just getting this sense of reunion where your uniqueness is celebrated by these people because they understand it, Sagittarius. I really feel like there's no need to conform anymore. You need to let that old sense of conformity die and celebrate your uniqueness so that you can so they can find you. Because I feel like they're looking for you and they're going to find you through the mirror of yourself. Because their soul will resonate with that sense of self-love. So don't be afraid to be who you are. I'm also going to pull some of the Lenormand deck here, and I'm choosing the roses because the roses on the eyes here are standing out a lot to me, so that's definitely a clue. Roses, butterflies, keys. And there it is, the grave. That's letters to death. This is an ending. This is a transformation. The ending to the rebirth for you, Sagittarius. Your message is spot on, and I guess that really needed to be shared. Crossroads is at the bottom of the deck here, which I don't usually show the bottom of this deck when I do a reading with these cards, but I really feel like it's necessary here because Crossroads is all about the planning of your path ahead, new adventure. All right, the fox. I knew the fox was going to come up for someone today because I definitely think that's going to be a clue to one of the door readings. You've got the snake and the fox. While the snake can also can be like manipulation and deception, for this card, I don't read it by the book usually because I always get this sense of knowing, of not things like temptation, but I get the sense of receiving knowledge from outside of yourself, from like, snakes are very wise, I get cunning from them too, like the fox here that you have. This fox is very cunning energy, but I'm definitely getting that snakes and foxes might be a clue as well, but I'm definitely getting that there's this sense of you receiving information maybe from spirits, from spirit guides perhaps. Maybe you, like Hawthorne House, the people in Hawthorne House have strong connections to the foxes or snakes, wolves even, butterflies. The snake, I'm also getting about shedding skin here. It's like the snake is teaching you how to shed your old skin with these letters to death. So that's the strongest message coming through with the snake. Shedding your old skin. Living in the uniqueness of you. And being cunning about it. The fox is also about like skills and jobs, things you're good at. I really feel like putting those talents to the forefront is part of your uniqueness. I feel like you have a unique talent. That's really interesting. You have a unique talent that you don't share. I'm hearing, which could be dance specifically. Wow, that would be really interesting. Maybe you dance, but you never let anyone see you dance, but you're actually very good at it. I'm hearing also singing though. Which I find very interesting, but dance came through the strongest here. Yeah, all right, Sagittarius, that is all I have for you for the time being. It's really interesting. I feel like this transformation, this leaning into, I don't want to like keep reiterating what I've already said because the message is pretty clear, but this shedding of the skin, this transformation that you're going to, the key is that transformation too, is adventure and that transformation, because the butterfly goes from the caterpillar to the butterfly. So this transformation into your uniqueness is literally the key to your adventure, I feel like, is letting all of this stuff go. You might actually want to do the burning of the letters thing. Safely, of course. Don't set your place on fire, Have a hose and all that good stuff. Do it outside if you can, I'm not telling you to go and burn things. I'm just saying. All right, let's see. Who do we have next? Capricorn. Capricorn, let me tell you. I know, we just finished Sagittarius' reading, and I do hope, Sagittarius, that you come to the full moon reading, but I'm pretty sure it is. Capricorn. We're already starting with you because, Capricorn, Capricorn, you've been on my mind all morning. I don't know why. I forgot that you had been until your reading literally came up, and I was like, oh yeah, Capricorn, what's up? Look, you've got dance at the bottom. Butterflies and dance. This could be a lingering message for Sagittarius, but I really feel like this is definitely a Capricorn message too. And it's 22 also, which was the Crossroads card. Capricorn. Here we go. Dance. And the cards even align, the orange and blue. Look at that. So that could be significant for you. I'm not going to use these cards for your reading just yet, but... Oh, I lied. I am, because I split the deck, and it's the summer solstice and the bees. And the sunflowers. Sunflowers might be a clue for you. Also the lion. I'll let you look at that. The summer solstice is coming up. It's a big, big holiday in Hawthorne House. Hopefully I'll be able to do something for that here, too. I'd love to celebrate midsummer with all of you guys. All of you guys. But yeah, I'm definitely going to use this deck. Oh, hold on. I heard a thump. My package might be here. That could be interesting. Let's check. I'll pause. I was wrong. There's nothing here. It seems I was just hearing things. Which, what the fuck? But okay. So, Capricorn. Yeah, hi. As I was saying, you guys have been on my mind all morning. I felt really, like... not great this morning. I don't know how. I felt really sick this morning. Like, it was really weird. But every time I felt sick, like, Capricorn, for some reason, you just came to mind. You were just... I literally don't think about the zodiac signs. Although I did think about them, like, I dreamt about them throughout the night last night. Which is weird, because I think Libra was one of the ones I dreamt about, too. And Sagittarius. And Capricorn, maybe it was Libra, Scorpio. Maybe it's all the dark signs. You guys were like haunting my dreams last night. It was really weird. Dark season's not even here yet. But you specifically, Capricorn, when I woke up not feeling great this morning, every time like I felt physically ill, you flashed in my mind, and I don't know why. If I'm picking up on someone who is a Capricorn, who is just like, you know, sun, moon, rising, whatever. You're just really sick today, and if you're watching this, I hope that you feel better. If you're watching at the time that you're watching this, if you watch it, I hope that you feel better if you're feeling sick, because like it was so intense. For some of you, I'm getting that you might be pregnant. I like very specifically expect some morning sickness in like the next 4 to 6 weeks. If you're worried about that, I hope that you have people who support you and you will find a way through it. If you're trying to conceive or excited for that, like, congratulations, because I hope that this is you, because it's definitely giving me like that energy that you might be pregnant for some of you. All right, well, that was certainly interesting. So yeah, I did say that I was going to use this deck because the dance and the summer solstice came out. The summer solstice might also be around the time that you're having a child, I'm hearing, or like that might be the time that you're giving birth, not necessarily to just a child. It could be an idea. The summer solstice is going to be important for you this year, Capricorns. I really feel like it is. A summer child, maybe. That could be your conception date, too, if you are trying to get pregnant. Or it could be the ideal time to try to get pregnant. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I don't usually you know, at your discretion. Be safe always. That's just, I don't usually get messages like that specifically. I try to avoid them, in fact, but I'm definitely, somebody is like, hey, you need to tell them this. And I'm like, all right, heads up, Capricorn, just in case this is you. Sometimes a heads up is nice. You never know. All right, final shuffle, and then we need cards for Capricorn, please. It's so weird. I didn't even draw tarot. Oh, the witch. All right. Well, hello, my people. I don't know. I wouldn't call myself a witch necessarily. I think I said that already. And somebody else is reading. Capricorn, Capricorn. What clues for Capricorn? Ooh. Yes. Okay. Well, first of all, you've got nourish on the bottom here. So nourish your body, Capricorn. Nourish your soul. Nourish yourself. You've got a face down card here. I'm going to put that in the middle. And then you've got the Witch and Pathfinder, which seems really specific. This is definitely a spiritual path, right? These cards are so pretty. Ooh, sunflowers again. That was on the Midsummer card, wasn't it? Sunflowers for you? And then the Pathfinder. There are many paths to take. Getting some with peace, others with violence. There are some paths that you make. This is a path that you're making. I don't know if this card actually has any connection to her via the book, but I am feeling Persephone here. And you've got the self-love card. There are a lot of cards in that deck for you guys to get the same self-love card as in the last pile. I wonder if you guys have other prominent Sagittarius placements. I've got a Sagittarius moon and Capricorn's my north node, so self-love, Capricorn. Ooh, self-love is definitely going to be the key to finding your path here. The Witch too. This is definitely a spiritual journey. Perhaps you are like a practitioner of some sort. I'm really reminded of Grandma here. Dana Mae Hawthorne, my grandma. It could be the red hair and the sunflowers, but I'm definitely getting that grandmotherly energy. Like, it's definitely her coming through. I don't know what she wants to say, though. I think she wants me to pull some cards. All right. Well, from which deck, Grandma? That's weird. She hasn't actually come out to speak specifically. She wants another oracle deck. Ritual at the bottom here. This is the Hedge Witch's guide, I think. Ritual with Elder. Oh, Ritual with Elder. Not elderberry, but just elder. Like elderflower, elderberry. It could be, I don't actually know. I'm not going to read the name because I'll butcher it, the scientific name. But I'll hold it up again. Let's see. You can read the name. Come on, focus. There it is. Elder and Ritual. That's like Grandma being like, hey, what's up? Sunflowers or flowers in general might definitely be a clue for you. Mirrors as well. All right, Grandma, what do you want to say to him? I know you're going to make me pull another deck here in a minute. What is it that Capricorn needs to know? For their path, for their clues, for the full moon reading, whatever they need to see. Capricorns. Ooh, girl. wasn't expecting that many cards to come out, but caution at the bottom. Something that calls for a bit of caution, but you are protected. That's the first card that came out, the Rowan. Protection. These cards are so gorgeous. I love the symbol art on them. It feels like whatever this journey is, whatever this tribulation, because that's the next card, trials and tribulation with Nettle here. You're protected in this choice that you're making, in overcoming these tribulations, because you've got Sacred with Hawthorne. Holy shit. Well, hello. Grandma's very, she's like, hey, hold what is sacred. I almost feel like you're getting guidance from an elder spirit, or from an actual elder. It doesn't have to be like an old, aged person. It could just be someone who has more experience in these things, like ritual. And maybe you're learning or leaning towards a new path here, or you're curious about a new path, and you're looking for a mentor, because I'm definitely, with the elder ritual that came up, I'm definitely getting that sort of mentor feeling for you, Capricorn, that will help you overcome tribulations with self-love. Someone who will help you learn to love yourself. Someone who will teach you how to hold what is sacred, or teach you what to hold sacred. Teach you what you hold sacred, almost. Because it's all up to your choice. You're protected here. But you've also got the abundance card. So I feel like this is almost, your self-love will also bring you abundance here. This path will bring you abundance for sure. The spiritual path will bring you abundance, which is interesting. It's like it'll pull what is in the spirit into reality. The note of being caution here, and it's the only right side up card on the bottom. Service is also at the top of the deck. So I feel like, one, doing for others what is done for you. This has very much pay it forward energy. You're not there yet to the point of paying it forward, but it's something to keep in mind. And also with Wormwood and caution, I'm definitely getting the need to choose your mentor wisely, almost. Because it's you who gets to choose the mentor, I feel like. You'll also be chosen in that regard, but you have the power of choice as well. So don't, like, get bullied. Remember that self-love is the key here to overcoming this tribulation. Just be cautious. Be cautious also, not just in choosing your mentor, but who you let in on your path as you're finding it. Because I feel like some people will not be as appreciative or understanding of what you are doing, what you are going through, and what you are coming into as others. Especially if you think they're close to you. Be careful of that. But that's all I have in regards to the caution. And honestly, it doesn't seem like they want me to pull any more cards. I thought for sure she'd want me to. But flowers for sure are definitely going to be, and berries maybe. Flowers and berries. You've got a lot of earth-centric things. The sunflowers came up twice, so I definitely, and the butterflies. So I definitely, they didn't come up twice, but the butterfly did come up. And mirrors. So I'm definitely picking up those as your, I know I said that 3 times, your clues maybe. And then there's more clues you can take just from the reading in general, or you will pick your pile intuitively when you come to the full moon reading, which I hope you join us for. Capricorn. That was a very interesting, quick message. I really wasn't expecting like someone to come through today so forcefully. I'm just like, hey, I have things to say. But thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye. We're going to clean up now and get ready to do Aquarius' reading. I just realized how freaking long this video is going to be. Because I'm having to record it, like I'm having to break it up into parts so that I can even transfer it over for uploading. And like I'm going to have to put it all back together. Oh, I missed the abundance card here. Well, Aquarius, maybe you're heading into some abundance. Like Capricorn. But like, I was like, wow, this is going to be, who's going to watch this? It's so long. I'm glad that like everybody's individual readings are still pretty much holding to the 15 or so minutes, which is good. All right, Aquarius. My water bearers, it is your turn. I feel like I'm hearing your flow is changing. No, something in the flow around you is changing. Ooh, and you need to change with it. All right. Well, let's see. They want Dark Mirror Oracle, which I guess makes sense for that beginning message. This is almost like drawing from a new spring, I'm hearing. A new source of inspiration for some. But I feel like there's an obstacle to that. So we are going to see what messages and clues you have for the upcoming full moon Doors to Destiny reading, but also what messages do we have for the Aquarians today? For Aquarius, a message, clue, what doors do they open, what doors need opening, what stage are they at? Only the one card came out, which I find interesting. Bride in a cage is at the bottom here, so it feels like, yeah, it definitely feels like that drawing from a new spring is that you've been stuck in this, this situation or relationship or work environment, this environment that is not nourishing you the way that you need to be nourished. And part of that, there's obsession here, is the card that came out. It's the 3. Part of that, I feel like, is due, I don't want to say due to your obsession necessarily, but it's like your inability to let go. Your inability to let go of something. I'm going to take out Bride in the Cage too, because it's the only card flipped upright at the bottom here. And it just, see that? It's so dark. The obsession is almost like it gives you a little bit of light in this dark situation. It's almost like you can rely on it to always be the same, and I feel like that consistency is important to you, but it's also detrimental to something here, to something else. Something about your true self is detrimented by this obsession, this need to stay, this inability to let something go. This something is caging you. Let's see, what cards do we need for you? We're gonna do this one, the Wild Unknown Tarot. Your split is the Sun and the Son of Pentacles. Interesting. 2 Sun cards. I know they're different suns, but the Son of Pentacles is the Knight, I believe. The Knight of Pentacles. That's like slow movements forward. I'm getting very stubborn energy though. Maybe you feel like everything's moving forward too slow, like not enough is happening for you. Where is your happiness? I'm getting with that Sun card. But I feel like it's something that you are almost, at least in part, playing a part in holding yourself back from. But we are going to see what the cards say here. All right. Aquarius. Oh, wow. That came out really fast. And there's several cards there, so we're just going to go with that and see. Move these. So the first card is Death. Wow. All right. That Death, the 2 of Swords, and the Magician. Holy shit. That's some transformative energy if I've ever seen it. But there's indecision here. There's death, the ending of this cage, the ending, the letting go of something. But there's an indecision in letting that go. It's like, well, should I? What if it doesn't work out? What if it's not as comfortable as what I have now? What if coming out of the cage I'm not doing just fine? But the Magician here, the Magician, I don't remember who said it, but I heard like the best explanation of the Magician. And I've always kind of thought along those same lines, but I've never heard it put so succinctly. That the Magician is not only a card of like manifestation and creating, making magic, you know, and using all the tools available to you, but it's also about doing something that you shouldn't do or are not supposed to do. And I've never heard it described in quite that way, but the Magician does sort of remind me in a lot of the decks of the card that is it Disney's Fantasia with Mickey Mouse, right, where he's doing all the scooping of water and stuff, and he enchants the broom to make it do it for him. Like, you think work smart, not hard, but that's cheating, right? It almost is giving off that sort of energy. It's like that you want this ending to happen, but you're the one holding on to it, right? You're the one who's not doing what you're supposed to do. And it's due to this indecision. If you let this go, then the ending will happen easily. And you will move towards being able to utilize all the tools available to you. This is the bottom of the deck. 7 of Wands. And it's the only one upright. The 7 of Wands is... It's giving me actually really Aquarius energy right now, just because it's the only bright spot, you know, the only uniquely lit stick, the only uniquely lit wand among the rest of the wands, right? But it's that energy of being judged for that uniqueness, of being challenged for it, of having to hold your ground and shine your own light, right? But you can't seem to do that if you can't light the spark in the first place, and it just feels like you're surrounded by an energy that is not I almost get that it's not pushing you hard enough, because I mean they're just sort of standing, like I get this impression of like if these were people, This is you in the middle here, shining bright, right? Or trying to shine bright in the darkness, but still having that indecisive energy, right? And like the people around you not knowing how to react, really, because it's almost like this limbo between the ending and the start of something new, creating something new, with the magician manifesting something new. Like there's a sense that you're holding your ground here. You're holding your ground in this indecision, and it's keeping you caged. And I know that but you want out. Like you want out. This cheetah energy tells me that you're like, all right, I want to go, you know? You've got the Ace of Cups reversed on the bottom here, along with the, no, it's just the Ace of Cups reversed. But I find that really interesting because Aquarians, I know Aquarius, you can be a little bit, you don't show your emotion, but you feel them pretty deeply. It's a lot of beneath the surface stuff, though, like your anxieties and worries and things. I feel like by trying to take emotion out of this decision, to continue, it's like what's holding you in this state of indecision, taking emotion out of it. Like I feel like you know the ending is coming. You feel the ending here. You feel something needs to end, but you don't want it to, with this obsession card. And it really feels like it's because you're trying to take your emotions out of the situation. Like trying to think about it in a very logical sense. You're trying to make the decision logically, and the reason you're stuck in indecision is because you need your emotion to make the balanced decision here. You've also got the Lovers card. I just flipped the deck and it happened to come out reversed. So this could be for some of you a breakup, but that's just like a little extra message there that came through just suddenly. It's the Lovers. It could literally have to do with deciding on a breakup and holding on to that relationship because you don't want to lose it. Something about it's really important to you. Something that makes you want to stand your ground in it, but also you know that it's holding you back as well. Something about it. Oh, all the cards didn't come out. Well, come here. All right. Aquarius. Final message for Aquarius. We need clues for Aquarius. Stars could be a clue for you. Feathers I'm getting, and fire for sure. Aquarius. Final messages, please, for our Aquarian friends. All right. Let's see. So the only upright one you've got is carrot, an opportunity or a windfall. It sounds like this is an opportunity maybe coming towards you, an opportunity to help with this ending perhaps, or a business opportunity. This could be like you're unhappy in your workplace even. This could be that you want to move to a different job, but you are holding yourself back from changing jobs. Something that you're doing is keeping you from being able to, or something that you're not doing even is keeping you from being able to switch jobs, and you're just kind of holding your ground while you're in this state of conflict. It almost feels like everyone's against you, but you're holding your ground in that space because because you don't want to do something. You're holding on to something. You've got grapes here, time to go out and have fun. With the opportunity and windfall, it feels like there's a sense of needing a break from the mind. Like very logical, you need to do something that is fun. You've got fair man here, dealings or relationships with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. This could be a father figure. This could be a close friend of yours. I'm getting some sort of support energy from that. Supportive energy. It could be someone that you can like lean on in emotional trying times, because yeah, you've got dagger here, which is fear, worries, or a tense situation. Like I said, I feel like you can feel this ending coming, right? And you're held in indecision, you're still holding on to it, but there's this sense of like, look at everything around you that you can't see when you're focused on this dagger, on these fears, worries, and tense situations. Like you have people around you who will support you. There's an opportunity coming your way, but you are if you're holding yourself back from that opportunity, like you won't be able to see it. You need to, I feel like, lift your head a little bit out of these fears and worries and tense situations. Like I understand how difficult that is, but you need to go out and do something fun. I almost feel like to almost remember what it's like to just have a weekend off and not be stuck focused on if this is a work thing or the anxieties and the fears that you have. I'm definitely getting that you need to like lift your head up and look around you. I think it'll make this decision easier. All right. You'll be able to do what you need to do. I feel like if you are able to see, oh yeah, well, I can see what I want now. I want to have this fun energy in my life, so I'm going to let go of what's keeping that from me. All right, Aquarius. That's all I have for you. It was a really interesting reading too. I'm an Aquarius rising, so I don't know. I don't really know how to take this reading. I'm like, well, I'm trying, let go of those things. But I understand. Like, sometimes you're not sure. You're not sure when you're waiting for the right time to let something go. And you're like, when is the right time, though? Sometimes there isn't really a right time. And I'm learning that. Sometimes you make the right time. Like, you do the planning and you do the cutting of the cords. And as a Pisces, let me tell you, I hate it. I hate being the one to like end things. In any capacity, I don't like being the one to be like, all right, well, I guess I gotta quit this job, or I guess I gotta say goodbye to these people or cut ties with these people. Like, especially with family, man, I have the hardest time with that. It's taken me years and years to learn to do that. So I understand. All right, our final card of the day. I can't believe we did all of these. Unbelievable. It's Pisces. What's up, bitches? Forgive me. It's a day. It's been a day, you guys. The energy is still fucking weird, and I'm like, I've been doing this for hours. These readings are gonna be. This reading is gonna be so long. I hope you guys show up for this and like enjoy it, because Pisces, I know, we're always last. I might flip and reverse it and like start doing some Pisces first for a bit, because like I feel like nobody ever does Pisces first. And I know it's a tall zodiac, but like, come on. It can get like, I mean, that's only if you watch the whole video though. Like if you didn't watch the whole video, no worries. You just skipped ahead, it's cool. So, Pisces, what cards do we need for you for your clues? I hope I gave clues to Aquarius. Now I don't even remember. Their reading was so specific. They'll have to get their own. I'll try to remember for you. Like I said, I've been doing this forever, so. What do you need, Pisces? I honestly have no idea. This is for you, those visiting. So I feel like it's gonna have to be the Shadowscapes Tarot. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I lied. It's definitely the Rio Tarot. Royo Tarot? I think it's Royo Tarot. Come on, card, come back. So this card is the Stars. It's funny, this one is actually the Stars, not the star, but owls are all up in this card, which I find fascinating. Because owls have been all up in this reading today and yesterday and just all over. So the stars here, wisdom, guidance, you're unique. You, Pisces. Your head's up in the stars a little bit. That's not surprising. There's wisdom up there, Pisces. I feel like you're drawing that wisdom down with you, or you're trying to. So let's see. Owls definitely might be a clue. What other clues do we have for Pisces? Doors have they opened, and what do they still need to go through? Clues for Pisces. Doors have they opened? What doors do they need to go through? Friends. Oh, I need a drink of water. After we shuffle the cards up, then I'll get a sip. Alright. For Pisces. Please, clues for Pisces. What doors have they already traversed and which ones are they going through? Is that it? Oh, no, that one wanted to come out too. Okay. Waiting for me to shuffle to the right. Wow, alright. Well, let's see what we've got here. Because I don't know what that bottom one is, but it fell face down amongst all the ones that fell face up, so we will look at it after. So the first card that came out is Strength. Oh, okay, Pisces. Here we are, all major arcana. What about that? Shit. Alright, you've got the Strength card. Super vicious. That's that dark Pisces energy that nobody thinks about. Like, no wonder I picked this card. It's very, wow, you're very much like, the High Priestess isn't here, but I feel like she should be. Because you've also got the Empress. Strength in the Empress. That is some pulling strength into your own power energy, if I've ever seen it, Pisces. Strengthening your power, even. With the Wheel of Fortune, I'm definitely getting the sense of unlocking here. She's opening the portal. Can you see that in the background? The wheel. She's changing fortune. You've unlocked a change of fortune. All right, sip of water, and then we'll flip the card over. Good stuff. I love water. Alright. Final card. Well, it's another major arcana card. It's the Sun. Pisces, what are you up to? Pouring strength into your own power unlocks your fortune and leads you to the sun, to happiness. This is some powerful energy, you guys. It also feels very heavy. There's a burden of responsibility with this Empress card here. With coming into your own power. It requires you to be strong, to not be swayed by temptations, especially by other people. And picking up with this Strength card, the words of other people, it's almost like silencing them. Because it's just the dagger to his throat, you see? You won't even hear it. Not if you stand in your strength. What's at the bottom of the deck? I didn't even look. Five of Pentacles, but it was reversed. It's leaving this destitution, this despair, moving into the sun. Look, this is where you're coming from. Don't forget that. Don't forget that's where you came from. You have two sevens beneath too. You've got the sevens, Seven of Chalices, and the Seven of Pentacles. One reversed, one upright. Or upright and reversed. Seven of Cups is upright. Seven of Pentacles is reversed. I'm getting, this is the sense that this is that Pisces dreaming card. This is the dreamy Pisces. There's blood though down at the bottom. Like you've had to fight to get to this point where you can follow your dreams. You've had to fight to get to the point where you could follow your dreams. Let's see. I feel like you need Teacup Tarot too. It's not Teacup Tarot. It's Tea Leaf Oracle. I'm never going to call it the right thing. The ladder at the bottom here, climbing towards success. All right, clues for Pisces, please. Clues for our Pisces. What is this turning the wheel? This Empress energy. The sun. All right. Younger man at the bottom again, I feel like. I need to keep that out. Dealings or relationships with a younger man. So some of you can be dealing with a younger man here. This is the person that you have to not mind the words of, perhaps. We're going to look at your face-up cards first. So the first one that came out is the Pin, a new job or career. Your boss could be younger than you, a future boss that could be younger than you. I feel like taking a new career path, it's something that you have to stand in your strength. Maybe you're starting your own business here. You're creating something from the ground up with this Empress energy, this Calliste, the goddess of creation. You're creating your own business. And then you need to be careful of naysayers. You've also got Inkpot here, which is problems will be resolved. And the Whale, great worry over nothing. So I feel like, as we tend to do, Pisces, we get in our heads about what we're doing. I feel like, as a Pisces personally, I feel like I hold back a lot for fear of like upsetting the delicate balance of everyone else around me. But I feel like the time for that is over. Like, great worry over nothing. It's time to stop worrying over nonsense. Oh, look, you've got the mountain road. You were on the road to success. Well, yeah, you've done something here, Pisces, that by standing in your strength, standing in your own power, you've turned the wheel towards this road to success, towards this thing that is leading you to the sun. You don't have to worry. You've also got the Bouquet here. Compliments from an admirer. You may struggle to accept compliments here. Just in general, but I really think that now with this Empress energy and this strength, a lot of powerful female energy here, just in general. I'm not saying that you have to be female, but it's like your feminine side, you stepping into your emotional power almost. With this Bouquet, the younger man could be the one giving you compliments. I feel like you kind of don't want a romance to distract you from your work, though. This new job, career feels really important. But I don't think it's here as a distraction. I don't think you should ignore it and like blow off the compliments. Yeah, okay, so you've got Bull here too. Plenty of material things. This road to success isn't just about a spiritual success. That I feel like often Pisces energy, it's very much a success in the spiritual realm, right? Like you have these big awakening moments, and you're always evolving. You're always learning more about, it feels like, everything else around you. But I feel like it's always in the ethereal. You get a lot of information from the ethereal, but not a lot translates into the physical. And I feel like that's often a worry for Pisces, is that providing for yourselves, when you get too focused on the physical and trying to provide for yourself in the physical, like you kind of disconnect from that spiritual side. And then vice versa, when you get really in depth in the spiritual, it's like it's hard to find the balance to connect to the physical side and bring all of that manifestation and all of that good things that you see coming in the future. It's hard to visualize it in reality because you have such a hard time pulling things into the physical realm. But I really think that you don't have to worry about that this time. You are on the path to success. You've chosen the right path here by standing in this strength, by coming into your power, starting your own business, whatever it may be, striving for independence, even just moving to a new job or career, moving away from what's old. You've turned fortune in your favor. And I really feel like that's the most important message for you here, is you are on the right path. Don't let other people or your worries get the better of you. You will have what you need to continue on this path. And I feel like it's still very much connected to a spiritual, with the Sun card here too. I still feel very much it's connected to a spiritual road. It's like the spiritual road is becoming a physical road, which I think is really interesting. Clues for you, definitely, again, flowers. Red flowers specifically, maybe feathers, ink. Mountains even could be imagery that you are drawn to, or wheels for the door reading. I'm not sure if you heard that thumping just now, but my package definitely just got delivered. So it got here in time for the big full moon reading coming up, and I do hope that you guys join us for that, because it's going to be an interesting experiment, you guys. I'm really looking forward to seeing how that goes, because it's going to be the first time that I've tried to do this for a group collective, and I think I figured it out. I think I got the clue I needed today on how to do it properly, so I'm really excited. All right, that was it, you guys. This is wrapping it up now. We've come to the conclusion of this this round of quick readings, which I know it's not going to seem quick because the video is going to be heckin' long, but your readings are all about 15 minutes apiece. I think I kept it pretty like in line with that. I hope so. I don't really remember. But yeah, it's been fun. Maybe I'll do this again sometime. Next time I'm gonna have to film it over a 2-day period though, maybe a 3-day period, and break it down, but put them all into one video and just do short ones for a bit, because I feel like the collective also might need to hear bits and pieces of this message. Like if you follow your other signs, sun, moon, rising, and north node here, then those are the ones like you would want to watch. And I feel like having them all in one video like this, if they're short 10-15 minute readings, could be really useful for everyone, because sometimes if you watch the whole thing, it runs into one another, and it ends up being a collective reading, because I feel like a lot of collective energy was still in this about walking away from something that isn't serving you anymore. So yeah, thank you so much for visiting Hawthorne House today. I do hope you had a lovely time, and that you will come join us for the full moon reading, and that you got some interesting, helpful, or affirming information today. I'm so tired. I'm going to go take a nap, I think. And then go on a walk this evening. It'll be really nice for cleansing before I start all the full moon readings. All right. Goodbye for now, everybody. Have a lovely weekend.